Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more Arena Total War. In today's video, we're going to be jumping on board with the new premium tier 5 cavalry unit, the SARMATIAN Lancers. This is a premium unit for Rome, and I wanted to go ahead and just show you guys all about them because I think it's a really interesting unit for Rome itself. And we can also talk a bit about, you know, whether this is pay to win or not and stuff like that, because that's a question I get asked so goddamn much. So at the moment, you can pick up this unit in the wargaming store, I believe, for about £10, which is quite steep if I'm honest. Like £10 seems like quite a lot of money. However, I wanted to make a video on them, so I decided to pick them up. And they offer a really interesting, I guess, unit variety to Rome, because Rome's cavalry normally very much deals with the kind of more like charge in, pop over perseverance, and just fight your way out, you know, slug it out. They're never really that great on the charge. They end up getting beaten by a lot of units, honestly, especially around tier 6 as well. You end up losing to barbarian cavalry on the charge. Obviously, the Greeks will always dominate that charge, and even I've seen a lot of the times as well Carthage beating my tier 5 Romans on charges as well. So this SARMATIAN Lancer unit offers you a great amount of charge impact. However, it sacrifices speed and ability in melee combat as well. So you're going to be much more deadly on the charge, you're going to be dominating them, you're pretty much going to be the second best cavalry charge unit on the battlefield. I beat tier 6 barbarian cavalry with this one unit, however you're always still going to get dominated by the Roman cavalry. If you want to see any more of their stats as well, you can just pause it and see their charge, deflect, health, mobility and stuff. So yeah, this unit is still extremely slow. We'll just queue up into a game as well. Yeah, this unit is still extremely slow, which definitely kind of negates its benefits when you come up against barbarian cavalry. So you're now going to be able to beat barbarian cavalry, but barbarian cavalry is going to be so much faster than you that it can just avoid you if it wants to. And something I really like, what they haven't done with like this tier 5 cavalry, is you're still nowhere near as good as the Greeks on the charge. I feel like if this unit, for example, would have been better than the Greeks at tier 5 on the charge, then this unit would be completely broken. Because that's what the Greeks are all about, right? You know, they're not about this prolonged, heavy, you know, engagement. They're about hitting in hard, popping anvil, getting out of there, and just, you know, as the saying goes, hammer and anvil. That's what the Greeks are all about. So if, for example, this cavalry unit at tier 5 for the Romans was better than the Greeks, that would be completely ridiculous, and that would make this unit pay to win. But they're not. You know, they have their own place, and I feel like that's what Arena and the premium units do an okay job at. Now, granted, I haven't played all the premium units, so I can't say that for every unit, but at least for this unit in particular, I feel like it offers a nice little different type of play style for Rome, but also not making it the best at that job. You know, it adds some shock value to the cavalry for the Romans, but it's still not the best, you know, shock variant in the game. Greek cavalry is still going to dominate that field and is still going to take the advantage. And obviously now maybe this tier 5 cavalry beats barbarian tier 6 shock cavalry. However, the barbarian shock cavalry still has that speed over the tier 5 Roman cavalry. So there's, I like how the game kind of adds in, you know, it gives a faction a good boost in something, but makes it lose out in others. So you really just have to know what units you're coming up against and figure out what you need to do to beat it. And there are always ways to beat it. Because as a tier 6, as I think they're called Gunther's Chargers maybe, or Gunner's Chargers, something like that, you can just avoid my cavalry all day, because you guys will see I am not very fast whatsoever. I'm an extremely slow cavalry, however I hit hard, and I also get access to, what is it called, like hoofs? No, it's not hoof stomp. It's so we'll take a look anyway. We have the ability which the tier 4 barbarians and tier 5 barbarians get access to. So it's a pretty decent cavalry. It's kind of like, it's like good in shock value, and it can hold its own in melee, but the Roman cavalry at tier 5 will be better in melee but worse in shock, and Greek cavalry will be better in shock but worse in melee. Yeah, so we have access to the mount kick, that's what it's called, which is a really good ability. Really good ability. And I feel like this cavalry also provides, because Scipio has a really good like impact, and when you pop Warcry, it's super nice. And I also feel like Scipio also has a great charge as well, because I believe Alexander's charge is 4 seconds, whereas this is 5 seconds. So you can kind of make your cavalry a little bit more impactful and get across the map a little bit quicker, and maybe, you know, like just get into decent positions really nicely with that extra second on the charge. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys that. We are in a tier 6 game, which will be interesting. So we are below a tier, so don't expect anything crazy from my horses. But we'll try and get some good work done. Maybe try and hump them archers. As I said, you can see right here, like, look how slow we are. So at the moment our speed is 6.9. If I can see what these guys are in the woods right now, so it's an unfair thing. But even in the woods, these guys are an entire speed faster than me, which is crazy. Even with that 30% debuff. That's mad. I think we're pulling back now because they have artillery, which is fine. Yeah, so now they're out of it. Their speed is 9. 9 speed right now with the movement of Arminius. Like, compared to my 6.9. 69, wait. Yeah, so you can just see already, like, how crazy that extra speed boost is. And if you are playing as the Gunneer Chargers, like, you just always avoid my cavalry. You're never going to get caught by it. Because I will win in the charge if we take a look again. Charge impact to... It's actually 300 right now. Whereas mine is 312. Like, so we do beat it, but only just. So you can still take out this cavalry fairly nicely. Again, we're just falling back right now. Nothing too fun. We'll say they're here as well. Yeah, so even the default Roman cavalry, they're in woods right now, but I imagine, yeah, you can see they're even a speed faster than me, and they have better melee attack and melee defense. So, like, even the guys who are my counterparts at this tier, definitely still beat me in them other situations. I mean, as you should always try and avoid the tier 6. The tier 6 cavalry for barbarians are very good on the charge. You always want to try your best to avoid them. Does look like pocket of resistance has been cleared up, and these archers are not in a good, having a good time. This guy's popped over perseverance, so he's going to be an easy charge. Over perseverance, obviously slowing you down. So yeah, as well as that, it's kind of like the best of both worlds, I feel like, with this cavalry. Besides being super slow, you can do okay in melee combat. You do really good on the charge. It's just you're slow and you don't have great bonuses. But I mean, look at this charge in the back. He isn't over perseverance. We're not going to be doing anything crazy. But that's a good charge off there. We also obviously have that mount kick as well. So we'll wait till all our units are pretty close up. Pop that mount kick, some extra nice damage. With a war cry as well. You might actually be able to route some of these. Oh god, okay. More Roman cavalry coming out. Let's try and pull out of here. So you're just like a little bit more tanky than the Greek cavalry, I feel, which can definitely have its benefits. Like, you're not as good on the charge, you won't do as much damage, but you also, you also are just that little bit more have that extra survivability. Oh god, I timed that so poorly. I mean, we're still going to hit, but even still. War cry there, pop our charge right there. Oh, we're going to do so much damage if they try and pull out. Let's just move across there. We'll do our charge. Again, just blocking off their retreat. And yeah, we'll slaughter this cavalry. They're just so ill supported right now. It's just easy kills. Make sure we always apply the other flanks onto these other units. He hasn't popped his over perseverance yet either. Do we have another war cry? We don't, but we do have a mount kick, so we'll do that and make sure we keep on checking. We have a mount kick up available very soon here as well. That's some really good damage. I mean, we just took out like 6 units of cavalry right there. That was more team play rather than this cavalry showing its worth. This is a little bit scary. Some tier 6 legionaries right here, and we only really have my ally Echo's spears here, but hopefully he'll be able to retreat back very soon. I should probably bring back this cavalry as well. I mean, we can take these guys out. Like, hammer and anviling into these guys is going to be fine. I want to see how much damage we actually do in the side right now. Again, I didn't time that charge perfectly. So Greek cavalry would have definitely done a ton more damage, but I think I can retreat with this unit much more effectively than I can on Greek cavalry without losing as many men, which I think is one of its benefits for sure. Oh my god, that unit's going to rout. He's going to rout. Let's get in. Let's get stuck in, boys. No, he's coming back. No. Oh yeah, we can rout him again. Perfect. Nice. Always want to try and apply that flank. Let's try and bring around all our cavalry now. And yeah, we just kill this entire unit right now. Oh, that's juicy right there. That is very juicy. So let's go try something. I want to see how this works. I'm going to engage. Oh no, he's going to go here, isn't he? Oh, I wanted to engage him from all the flanks. Oh, he's not. Okay, I'm going to charge him from like every single direction and see how we can get this done. And just pop over perseverance as well. So we're obviously going to lose that, but it was actually not a bad charge. Pop that, like obviously mount kick, and then pop over perseverance. So my over perseverance isn't going to be as tanky as I would have liked, just solely because, these aren't the normal Roman cavalry. These are the Sarmatian Lancers. But we are going to rout. Oh no, we just got back. No. Oh, one more flank would have been great. So yeah, you can see we're holding our own, but we're not performing as well as we could be. So I'll leave these guys in on over perseverance. I haven't even got oh nice, yeah, that fear comes in, that's huge. Right there. I haven't even got like a crazy O for perseverance either. I think I've got like a tier 7 O for perseverance. And now we just need to get to the enemy team, because they do obviously have artillery back here we need to try and deal with. And this is one of the downsides of this cavalry, is that they're just so slow. Like, it's going to take us a while to get across the battlefield. They really, really are. Yeah, it just kind of sucks that we are as slow as we are, but, you know, you have to obviously have downsides and, you know, benefits in this. But overall, I think this is like a really, really well-balanced cavalry, you know. They offer something nice, and I really like that idea of having, like, the auxiliaries as a unit for the Romans. Like, the Romans' main roster is pretty much made up of all Roman units, right? And then all these premium units are like auxiliaries. I kind of like that idea. It really fits the Roman playstyle. Do I need any? I mean, there's nothing I can do over there. I'm just going to head to the base and try and get some stuff done. Their archers, do they still have archers left? Yeah, they do. But the artillery looks undefended, so we can maybe get that. Obviously, granted, we are mega slow, but we'll hunt them down. And something I should be doing as well is popping my charge. It's just because it is only on a 30-second cooldown, and it is a 5-second charge. It helps us get around much, much more effectively. I'm going to split up our cavalry as well, just so we can make sure we catch this artillery, because I imagine their artillery is heading up here. I think that would be the most logical situation. So we're going to push up here. Obviously having to avoid these pikemen. No, they're not. Wow. Maybe they split up. God, I need to get back into using numbers, because I believe a new patch... Yeah, they are splitting up there. I believe a new patch is coming not pretty soon. We just had one. But there will be a patch coming which will completely change up the UI and stuff. So I'll make sure I kill all of these guys. And they're actually going to add in numbers onto these units. So up here it will say 1 if it's my 1 unit. And, you know, like these numbers will basically go onto the unit cards, which is something I'm personally really looking forward to. Because it will just make like going around these numbers so much easier. Here he comes. So he's probably going to be popping it slow. But one of the nice things about negating, yeah, you can see right there about Scipio, is he's going to pop his silence ability. So this ability right here, if I go into it, I will die. I mean, I won't be able to pop, so I will die. Definitely won't die. If I go into that bubble on his ultimate ability, I won't be able to charge. But because I have a 5-second charge, I can kind of get around that without too much problem. We can definitely chase down this unit right now. Easy business. Now, my charge is on a 30-second cooldown, whereas on Alexander it's a lot shorter. But I think that's just because I'm a lot slower. So right now, like, I can use these abilities. What the hell? I mean, that ability right there, the mount kick, is just really decent. And that kind of helps negate the fact, you know, you being not as effective in melee combat. Is that mount kick? What does he mean, what the fuck is your cav? Oh, I mean, I think he's just saying, what is it? We'll still say that. I thought he meant like it's really OP. I mean, honestly, it's really not. Oh, there we go. So nice, getting some good points there. Nice little boost right there. Getting some good cap points as well. Not a bad score. And one of the nice things about premiums is you don't have to spend any silver to replenish your unit. And you also get, I think, 50% more experience on the unit itself. It's a very good way to grind, obviously, if you have the gold to then, you know, transfer that over. And because I do have the gold because I bought the Ultimate Edition, then, you know, I have that advantage. And this is, you know, something, like, I feel like I'm maybe a little bit biased about the game itself. I definitely feel like I can come across that way, and I feel like I maybe am. Because it's a game I enjoy so much, and it's a game I've poured, you know, hundreds of games into. I think I've hit 500 games now. I think I tend to be a little bit biased just because I love the game, so I don't want it to be paid to win and stuff. But a lot of the time, like, I don't really see it being paid to win, honestly. From, like, even when I'm trying to be, like, quite objective. Like, I think the biggest problem with the game right now is matchmaking. And if you sort matchmaking out, then I feel like that's not an issue. And I've also seen quite a few threads on Reddit as well recently of people saying, oh, you know, they're allowing you to have a tier 10 commander in tier 5 games because they want you to spend money on the game. But I don't understand how, you know, that is too much of an issue, you know, right? I guess it does allow you to then buy, you can convert all your unit experience to get a tier 10 commander and stuff. But, like, even still, like, you still have to be playing the game and you know, converting up. And instead of getting a tier 10 commander, you could have just got, like, a tier 8 unit, and it would have been, you know, great. So I feel like there's a lot of, you know, advantages and disadvantages, and I know a lot of people are salty about like World of Tanks and stuff, you know, where them games have kind of been killed a little bit off by the pay to win. But I also really hope that, you know, because this is Creative Assembly making it, because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't actually know this, but don't World of Tanks, is it World of Tanks made by Wargaming as well as publishing? So I think they have a lot more influence over the game that way, whereas with Arena is made by Creative Assembly. Now, granted, I'm sure Wargaming have some influence on the game itself, but I imagine a lot of the decisions are made by Creative Assembly, so hopefully they can, you know, go down that route. And don't get me wrong, when, you know, if stuff is wrong, if stuff does become pay to win, you know, make sure you do have your voice heard, because you don't want to just get into a situation where you're like, oh, you know, everything's okay, it's a bit pay to win, but that's okay. You know, do go ahead and raise your voice up and make sure you are heard in these situations. Because, you know, it's a slippery slope, right? You know, this game can easily become pay to win very easily, and you just have to make sure the community's behind it to stop that. But also, I feel like just saying everything pay to win is just like, oh, this unit's pay to win, that, you know, but, you know, having tier 10 commanders in tier 5 is pay to win. Now, granted, I think that's really ridiculous, and I'm hoping they'll change it very soon, because I think it's dumb to have a tier 10 commander in tier 5 games. You should always be locked to the tier you're playing, right? So if I'm playing a tier 5 in a tier 5, 6, and 7 game, I should have my tier 5 general, because I chose to play tier 5 games. You know, I definitely fully agree with that, but I also don't think it's that, you know, that crazy. Because if you're going to convert all your unit experience into commander experience to get that, then you're just going to, you know, be missing out, and you're going to be sacrificing a lot. So, of actually having, you know, you could have like a tier 8 unit and a tier 8 commander with that same experience. But I guess only time will tell. And I'm sure that's something they will change as well when rank mode comes out. You know, that you'll be more locked to your commander more than anything else. So this is, we are in a full tier 6 game, so this is going to be pretty telling for this cavalry. But I feel confident. I feel like I can beat any cavalry in the straight on charge, unless it's obviously Greek cavalry, because their charge impact at this tier 6 is like almost 350 to 400, I think, whereas obviously mine's only 312. So I am always going to lose against Greek cavalry. And that's kind of, you know, and the worst thing is as well is I need to be very careful with what I do with this cavalry, because the Greek cavalry is faster than me. Because I'm such a slow, like, cavalry unit, the Greek cavalry can chase me down if I'm not careful, and also beat me on the charge. So it's just a unit I have to really try and avoid and try and engage as quickly as possible. And also Anvil does a great job, so I have to be very careful. And by the looks of it, they do have Carthaginian cavalry. This is not something I've tested. What is Carthaginian? So the charge impact for Carthaginian cavalry is 285. Now, granted, I'm not sure. This does give 10%, so that gives, what, an extra 28? I might only just about beat this cavalry. Like, only just by, like, the skin of my teeth. So I think when it comes down to the tier 6 Carthaginian cavalry, it's whoever charges first. Because what mine's 312. 10% of 285 is obviously 28.5. So if I could do quick maths really quickly, I should have like 4 more charge impact than them. Meaning that, and I think when it comes down to that small of a number, it's just whoever charges first. And is maybe going a little bit faster than the other wins. So because of that, I just have to make sure when I'm going up against like Carthaginian cavalry as my tier 5s, I have to be the one charging first. Which is something we can definitely do. So we're going very aggressive up here as well. Let's bring that unit there. Okay, I'm just going to keep a good eye on, make sure I protect this kind of central part of the battlefield as well as this part of the battlefield. Just so these archers can unload. I mean, the archers should be shooting here. Like, I don't know why they're shooting for Testudo. But he's going to... Oh my god, what are they doing? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Well, that's a nice amount of charge. Let's bring in the other unit as well. We'll also war cry here, and we'll also pop our stomp down there, which is nice. We'll bring up all our cavalry as well. I want to make sure I hit these guys. Come on, get out of my way, get out of my way. I need a charge. Okay, I'll just charge there through them, because I need to try and protect these guys. I don't know what this guy is going ham right now. It's not going to help him, right? We can just do that as well. Come in there. Yeah, we just dominated this fight right now. Now, granted, okay, we need to get one of our units out of there now, because he's going to carry on charging forward, but he shouldn't be that. Yeah, let's bring off one unit here as well. Make sure we pop our war cry again. Yeah, I'm coming, dude. I'm coming. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Get it? Nice. Elephants? Where? Where was that pinging? Yeah, so, like, this is like situations like this. If you can't get the archers as a cavalry player, you shouldn't go as balls deep as this. Because look how, like, little damage he did. He just wasted all 3 of his units because he felt like he needed to kill the cavalry right there. And realistically, you don't. You just have to, like, avoid them and you're fine. You know, you just have to bide your time, wait for a better opportunity, and then go in. Tier 6 javelins, I'm not looking forward to that. Also, these elephants are going to be a bitch to deal with. But we can definitely do it. Vengeance can be what we need. I'm also going to go for these javelins, but I just feel like I'm way too slow to get them. So maybe I'm making the exact same mistake I just told that other guy he shouldn't be doing. Oh god, this is so bad for me. I can't do anything. Like, I'm going to have to let him charge in. I'm going to try and get out of there. Try and get him into the water. Because, yeah, there's just nothing I can do. Because I just can't beat that charge. Now, granted, now I'll beat him. Now we're in a prolonged engagement. If he stays in this engagement, obviously I'm going to win. God damn, I just got slaughtered by them. And nice thing is that my ally came in there. So we'll win these little prolonged engagements just. But yeah, that was really bad micro by me right there. Really bad micro by me. Their javelins slaughtered me. And I probably just shouldn't have gone in the woods. Like, it just seems maybe a bit stupid of me to go in the woods. Nice, Echo's coming in as well. Because then tier 6 jabs are just way too goddamn strong. Yeah, that was dumb of me. I don't know why I went into the woods. But we're retreating back now. Oh god, I only have 1 cavalry unit back. Yeah, it just goes to show, like, I just made the exact same mistake I said we shouldn't do. You know, them javelins, I need to kill them javelins. But if I can't get to them, there's no point sacrificing my unit like that. I mean, granted, I was paying attention elsewhere. We just need to keep on falling back. We do have a you know, nice vengeance right there. Yeah, I need because they haven't got this watchtower right now, so I just need to sit back, wait for an opportunity to hit these guys. We also have our archers. Our archers should be focusing on this, not that. Shoot the javelins. That's one of the most effective ways to take them out. Come on, let's go, let's go. Can we catch these guys? No, they're going to back off, but at least we avoided them from hitting our archers. I think that was the most important thing, is we kind of blocked off that route to go to our archers. Now, this is really scary. Ideally, we'd love someone to take this watchtower right now. I don't want to take, like, face tank this cavalry charge from them either. Because they're even not in wedge. I actually have more charge impact on wedge when they're not in wedge, right? But they'll still do so much damage if I'm not careful. We just have to keep on falling back, though. My god, there is a lot of them. Yeah, this is not looking great for us, honestly. I think it's just because they're all together. And it really doesn't help that our elephants are going to cap. Elephants cap so slowly now that this doesn't really make a difference. And there's not much I can really do against these jabs right now. They're defending them really nicely. I guess maybe I should be coming around here trying to deal with that cavalry. Just making sure our archers are safe. The archers should be shooting here, though. The archers should be shooting with jabs for sure. Like, that should be their sole target, is just killing them javelins. Am I going to have to go in here? No, he's going to come in as well. But I'm going to charge anyway. I mean, that was brutal, but I had to try and save our archers. Maybe I could have avoided from going in there. We'll pop our war cry and just try and rout this guy. With a fear, maybe we can do that. His morale is going down with my war cry and the fear. That's why, like, you know, Scipio and Miltiades is so, you know, effective. Is you have that charge and you also have that fear together. You know, you charge into the flanks, which suppresses. You have the war cry and then the fear. You can rout most units pretty easily if they're all supported. I mean, look at that. Like, they've got so many units here. They're going to cap so quickly. Oh, they also have a unit defending as well. That's smart by the enemy. But again, we definitely should not be top of the team when we're playing tier 5. Yeah, that's brutal. There's not much I can really do, though. Oh, the javelins, though, maybe I can get a good charge off. They are moving. That's ridiculous. I mean, I guess they're javelins, right? Yeah, I'm dead already. That's me gone. We'll charge in. Try and do some damage. Unfortunately, we don't have our own perseverance either. Yeah, javelins are by far ridiculous. The most ridiculous unit at the moment. They just do so much damage, and also they're like impossible to kill if it's a good javelin player. And I completely understand that javelins are taken out really easily. Like, all it takes is one charge by me, and they're probably pretty much out the game. But at these higher tiers, like at tier like 6 onwards, javelins are always protected by infantry. And I kind of feel like you shouldn't give javelins a huge advantage when they're being played solo, you know, because archers don't get any advantage when they're playing solo. So why should javelins? Like, obviously archers have the range, but I feel like it's no difference in like mechanic wise that the javelins should get a huge advantage with these infantry caltrops, which stop infantry immediately, stop cavalry immediately, and you can just slaughter it. I feel like, you know, because it is a 10v10 game, if your javelins aren't protected by the team, then sucks to be you, right? You know, like, you know, it sucks, but your team didn't protect you. You shouldn't give the javelin player a huge advantage over the average missile player just because, you know, the team didn't protect them. You know, but I don't know. I'm kind of not getting my point across very right. Either way, you know, infantry caltrops are dumb. And should be nerfed for sure, and I think hopefully they will be in the next patch. I really hope they do. You can see, like, infantry caltrops I think are the thing that I hate the most about this game at the moment, if I'm honest. So yeah, have we got everything upgraded? Are we a tier 7 oath? We're pretty much a tier 7 oath. We've got all the melee defense. God, is that it? You only get 15%, so what, a max oath is like 70% melee defense. It just sucks so much, because Roman cavalry did actually get a buff in the last patch, but again, I've spoken to a few people who solely play Roman cavalry, and they just say it's pretty trash, like, if I'm honest. Like, they just say it's not very good. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of me ranting. This wasn't really a great structured video. I just ranted, but I think you guys kind of enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys got a bit of good information about the SARMATIAN Lancers. You can pick them up on the wargaming site right now. And I think I've spoken to some of the people from wargaming before about this. Like, it's kind of a bit dumb, right, that they're on the wargaming site and not in the client, but I believe that all these units which have been on the wargaming client are going to come to the game itself and be on this little thing, like up here, when they have a UI revamp, which they're kind of working on at the moment. So I imagine this will be like revamped and you'll have the premium units down the side and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. Also, if you're interested, my grind for tier 9s do continue. I'm getting kind of close though. I'm saving up all my free XP to do that because Alexander is already tier 9 and we're just going for it. This was like 50k. Which is crazy, and I decided that I mean the charge impact is really nice, but I decided that I just don't need it. Now granted, the only thing I'm going to lose against is other tier 8 Greek cavalry, and I normally don't come across that too much, so I decided to go for the extra speed to help me out a bit more against barbarian cavalry. So we need 109,000, we have 23,000, and obviously with 26,000 up here, plus the 7,000 I'm about to convert right now, so we're getting in there. You know, we're at like, what, 50k now? Just over 55,000, so we're halfway there, pretty much. We're literally like almost halfway there for the tier 9, so I'll definitely do a high tier 9 video when I do unlock them, and I guess I'll just see you guys in the next video, and fish out.